I keep hearing this dialogue around the future being this apocalyptic future and horrible and you know, we're in trouble. And I want to look at a community that found ways to resist. And then I realized that actually we're living in this world right now.
It's about dancing. If we can't be free in our bodies, we're not going to be free in our spirits or in our minds. So I don't care if you can't dance. I don't care if you think you can. Just do it.
I'm seeing shifts in people, you know, and people are recognizing that there is an unhappiness that is being fostered, or you're seeing it all around. And so I think you're seeing people trying to make a change in their lives. And that's what this record is about.
London bridges falling, falling, people run, people run, people run, people run.
For me as a musician, it's really important to try to ignite something else that's happening. To try to talk about communities that might not get spoken about, try to highlight issues that might not get spoken about or highlighted, but also to really push people to think outside the box. I mean, we're three individuals who come together who don't fit the stereotype of what we're supposed to be. And I think that's also part of our role, is to really push past these identity markers and tell people, like, you know what, you can do what you want to do. You can be who you are as long as you're true to yourself.
This land is not theirs. This land is not
We're not just a band.
This is war. It's time we set it alive.
We're really lucky to have an area like this in Toronto that has artist lofts that are kind of gentrified. And there's a lot of scenes happening in this area anyway. But yeah, it's kind of special in that way.
With Unit 2, we've lived here for a couple of years, and we moved in specifically into this space because we recognize that a lot of the communities that we're a part of don't always feel safe in this city. And we wanted to create a place that was accessible in terms of diverse communities, in terms of a queer positive space. So it's really about providing a space that gives people safety.
Yeah. I was just checking out the bump of the stuff. Oh, there's a float.
It's a little difficult to play shows in Toronto just because there's just a lot of homophobia, a lot of sexism, a lot of racism. It's really hard to find spaces where bands can come play that kind of reject all of that and are against it. So having a space like Studio 2 and being able to kind of host these events, they're just like super, super important to our communities.
I think that Unit 2 is one of the rare spaces that actually we have control over in a certain way. And we are collectively making space according to the values that we share and are kind of like celebrating that together.
How do I describe LAL? We've been using this analogy of mushroom and how you see a mushroom at the top, on the ground, but underneath there's all these different layers of mushrooms and their roots and how they interconnect and how there's a whole other community. That's how we see ourselves. We're interconnected with all kinds of communities. And so for me, communities really, it's integral to the work that we do.
I think a lot of youth grow up without a feeling of hope and with the desire to create something better that isn't just about money or about power, but is actually about creating a new family or a place you can call home. Hi, I'm Emily Poweri, and I'm the Executive Director of the Academy of the Impossible. My interest with this program was to really bring in youth who are looking for options but may not be finding them.
So what we're trying to do in the 3 or 4 weeks that we're here is we broke into groups last week and we started to work on written pieces about the city. Today we have sound recorders. We're gonna take them out and we're gonna go and just collect sounds, and then the last session will be actually working with Nick to piece the sounds that you've collected underneath the written thing, so that at the end you have like this spoken word.
My name is Dizia Raposo Ferreira, and I wrote a poem based on Toronto that I guess I will read for you guys. On a mission to be self-sufficient, government infiltrates when the poor procreate. We are so systemic that it's unhygienic. Till we stand independent, we'll stay indignant. Straight insemination on us without patience. I think I wrote it through the eyes of someone who is kind of seen as Toronto's lower class. As a person, I guess in the eyes of the city, I don't really feel respected. I don't really feel like I have a voice. I don't really feel like I have power. And I feel like I have the opportunity through my writing to potentially speak out on some of the inequalities that people like myself face.
So the hope is that y'all run around for like, I would say 50 minutes if that's okay. 50 minutes, so you can go around the neighborhood.
The word that best describes Toronto for me is complex. But that's not it. It's like
You're just capturing sounds of the neighborhood. Could you? Anything? Nothing. Thank you for your silence. Jeez. So Toronto.
when Jack Layton passed away. That week, it was just, you could walk around, people were giving things to each other, words, smiles, eye contact, just compassion, true, genuine compassion for each other in society. And some of us tried to carry it on as long as possible because we know that things happen in the world and then people just kind of sink back into their ways. It's like, why couldn't it be Christmas or Valentine's Day every day? Like really, every year, like I ask that question. We're all one family, and it's some people think it's cliche, but at the same time, it's like, what? Am I not supposed to care about you? Like, come on, brother, like, it's people who are watching this, you're part of this community, and we're part of a family that cares about similar things.
So we're releasing our 4th record on May 18th at the Garrison. And this record is a unique record for us because the 3 of us really came in and worked together really closely on this and kind of co-produced the whole record together.
It was a really beautiful experience to write that record in a sense where we were able to leave Ontario, work for a bunch of hours, and then take some time off, and then reflect, and then come back, and each person would kind of bring in ideas, and it would just get fleshed out. I mean, I don't think I will ever do a record like that ever again, where I'm just like free for all. But it was a beautiful thing while it was happening.
All three of us are products of a reimagined future in our own sort of family paths. I don't think any of us would actually be here if it wasn't for somebody along the lines in our families saying that, you know what, we have to change things. And I think that LAL kind of does that now, but it's you know, kind of a movement of the spirit, so to speak. A kind of a reimagining of life the way it should be. I feel that we have to do that for the future.
So this is how I imagine Toronto. I imagine Toronto with different faces and genders and sexualities and people. You know what I'm saying? Different languages and body types and opinions. Get to know each other. This is what this city is about. Yeah? But we gotta remind ourselves that we're on stolen land, so this is dedicated to those who fight, where their shit was taken away from them. I want you to dance. Toronto needs to dance. So I don't care if you lift your arms up, if you can't motherfucking dance, Toronto needs to dance. Hear what I'm saying? And you can try to push me around, try to push me around, try to push me around. And you can try to take me down, down. Try to take me down, down. Try to take me down, down. Try to take me down, 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 down.
When we work together,
we can create something that you could have never dreamed of.
We can transform the stuff we have to deal with that makes us feel like shit.
Because if we can't do that, then we're not going to change things on a broader level.
When we work together, we can achieve anything.
Whoever you are, it's a day-to-day struggle, but when you have that support, it's all manageable. It's all love. It's all possible.
Always defend, twilight, get up mighty. We get to know that we are right so quietly. We fight, remain mighty. Twilight, get up mighty. We got to know that we are right so lovingly. We love, remain mighty. We love, remain mighty. We love, remain mighty. Twilight, get up now. We love, remain mighty. We love, remain mighty. We love, remain mighty. Twilight, we love, remain mighty. We love, remain mighty. We love, remain mighty, mighty. We love, remain mighty. We love, remain mighty. We love. Look at the person to the right of you. Look at the person to the left of you, behind you, inside you, in front of you. Work that shit out. So we're gonna get Mandeep Sethi. We're gonna do Pain. Get up here.